Well, Donald Trump released a video calling for Republicans to cheat under his definition of cheating. So, there's this obsession among MAGA, and then we'll get to this video that he released, with ballot harvesting. And all that is having a third party pick up or take your ballot from home, presumably, to the drop box or to the polling place. And this is helpful for disabled individuals or elderly individuals who would have a hard time actually getting their ballot to where it needs to go. And so you have what is referred to as ballot harvesting, where a third party, a family member, or depending on the different laws in different states, some third party take that ballot to where it needs to go. And Trump calls this fraud. Trump calls this cheating. And now he's saying Republicans need to do it. Now, I'm great with Republicans using legal means, which if it's legal in certain states, which in some it is, some it isn't, to have someone else take your ballot to where it needs to go, to the polling place, then Republican, Democrat, Independent, sure, do it. But it's interesting coming from Trump, who's saying they are cheating and they're doing this to cheat. Now we need to do that, but it's not cheating when we do it. Or maybe it is. I don't know. Here's Trump explaining his plan. Oh, come on, Rumble. This is what happens when you have the conservative YouTube. Here we go.
The radical left Democrats have used ballot harvesting to cancel out your vote and walk away with elections that they never should have won. They cheat, and they cheat like nobody's ever cheated before.
Of course they do not.
Many states have banned ballot harvesting to keep our elections honest and fair. But in the states where ballot harvesting is still legal, we have no choice but to beat the Democrats at their own game. It's very simple. Either we start ballot harvesting, or you can say goodbye to our country. You can just wave goodbye, because Democrats would win every single election. We have to get smart, and that's why our campaign will fight back and start harvesting ballots in the states where the left has been cheating the system and hurting our country. But our harvested ballots will only come from legal registered voters who are American citizens.
Unlike the Democrats, our harvested ballots will come from the best soil with the best watering and irrigation.
With your help, we will master the Democrats' game of ballot harvesting, and we will win back the White House from Joe Biden and the people that are destroying our country. They're absolutely destroying America. Thank you very much.
Inspiring stuff there. And so a couple things. First, I say again, it's not cheating what he's pushing for. It is to him. He thinks it's cheating because he's been saying that ballot harvesting is cheating. But also, just as a random little thing from that, he says something we've heard from so many individuals. Carrie Lake says this constantly, and many others. If blank happens, then you'll lose your country. He said you can say bye to your country. Bye-bye. But as I continue to have this show, as I continue to observe American politics, I keep hearing, if blank happens, you're not going to have a country. You're going to lose your country. It's going to be gone. You can say bye-bye. And then blank happens, and we still have a country. It's very strange. But it is funny there, just almost realizing the flaw in his previous ideology, where Trump told his Republican voters, don't vote by mail, don't vote early, don't allow ballot harvesting. And so then you limit when your voters can vote. For example, this push we've seen from many individuals to eliminate early voting completely. Everyone should vote on the same day, on election day. Why? If we had an issue with widespread voter fraud, then maybe you start talking about solutions. But we don't. So why would you make it needlessly harder for people to exercise their right to vote? And of course, their justification is that they believe inaccurately that there is widespread voter fraud coming from the Democrats who are cheating. But a little bit, he'll frame it as, we're just going to use the bad cheating sort of tactic until we can crush them, then we'll change the laws. But in reality, in his head, he's just going, shoot, it was harder and less convenient for my voters to vote because they were following my advice of not voting in the most convenient way. If it's best for you to vote by mail, do that. If it's best for you to have a third party take your your family member take your ballot to the polling place, then do that if it's legal in your state. If you want to go early, if you want to go in person, you have all these options. Instead, he narrowed it. And so then it was harder for his own voters to vote and likely hurt him in the 2020 election and possibly Republicans in the 2022 midterm election. So you're seeing this generally across Republican politics, a recognition that maybe they should stop encouraging their voters to vote in only one way and say any of the legal, convenient ways you can go ahead and do just make sure you vote, which is the most correct stance to have, and it makes sense. It's strategic. I don't know why you would do anything else unless your whole ideology is based on conspiracy theories about elections being stolen. So you have to say that everyone should just vote on the same day, and it gets all muddy. And that's kind of what you're seeing being dealt with there with Trump. But another bizarre video from the former president and current, unfortunately, presidential candidate. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to be a part of what makes this show possible, plus get access to the full video version of the show hours before all the clips are uploaded to YouTube, plus get the full bonus show every single Saturday, you can do so by going to patreon.com/Luke Beasley. That's patreon.com/Luke Beasley. Link in the description.